there's definitely a fine line when you're cooking a pizza and a ridge monkey. It loves a spring bite, so we feel like we've got as good a chance as any of catching it this trip. And I'm reeling in and I'm thinking, oh, it doesn't feel very big, and I've caught something very unexpected. What time is it when an elephant sits on the fence? The hunt for big red continues. Well, welcome back to another episode, and it's episode 3 of the Hunt for Big Red. You join me here today at Todber Manor. I'm back on Willow Bank, the home of Big Red, and the weather is beautiful. It's April, the sun's out. Let's see if we can catch a few fish. Come on. Now, what I usually do is I usually set up and then start filming, or I film before I start setting up. This time, I've got the rods out straight away, because I'm so keen and eager just to try and get a PB in this session that I'm trying to focus on the fishing. So my main important thing was to get the rods up, get them out. It's very busy here today. I think because Big Red's due, a lot of people know that, and a lot of people getting on here. It hasn't been out, from what we know, for a bloody long time. So I'm with Jordan today. He's getting his little frontier up. Look, he's got one of them now. He's well happy. Although he had it at Motley, so you probably saw it then. But yeah, because it's so busy, what I've done is people were saying to me, get back leads on, get back leads on. So I haven't done a lot of back lead fishing, sorry from the glare of the sun, but I've got back leads on there and I'm fishing the same spot. I'm over to that far bank, right by that tree, and just to the left of it, I can't see because the sun's so bright, but just to the left of that tree, there's a little patch of like light grass, so I'm fishing in and around. That's my spot, both rods on that spot. I've got one in a solid bag because people said to me, solid bags. And the other one's on a D-rig, bottom bait, with a yellow topper, almost like a snowman style. And I've shortened the hook link down as well. But there, yeah, that is the approach in today's session. Or so I say today, we're here overnight. It's 9 AM on, what day is it today? Tuesday. And we're off tomorrow, Wednesday at 5. So we got a good crack at it. A couple of guys I've spoke to down, 1, 2, 3 swims down. He turned up yesterday, said he was the only one here and he's had 2 fish, and they were both caught yesterday afternoon. One in the margin, one towards the far bank. And there's one guy in peg 1. He's fishing towards a pellet feeder. I think he's had 1 or 2. Nothing big. I think the biggest out's about 24. So again, that would be a PB for me. So I'll be super happy with that. But it's not the target, but I'm not going to say no. Also, I'm quite ill at the moment. I've been really bunged up and sinusy the last couple of days, so I'm not feeling the best. So if I don't give you that energy that I usually bring, I'm trying my best to, but if I don't give you that energy that I usually bring, it's because I'm a little bit under the weather. But I am going to get my bivvy set up. I've got a horrible swim. it's all just, I mean, the weather was awful yesterday, so it's, oh, go on. Oh, I think that was a liner. Little fish swirled right out in front of me, and I think it just knocked a line, which is weird because I'm backleading. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, a bit of a horrible day yesterday. They had rain. I mean, look at the mud. They had rain, hailstone, big time as well. So I don't know what the weather's doing for the next couple of days. But at the moment, it's sunny. If the pressure does sort of go a bit high, we can always whack a zig on. But at the moment, the guy that said he had the fish out were caught on bottom baits. So that's the approach. Knock, knock. Anyone in? I think it might be too hot.
Yeah, a little bit warm.
It's warm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to come and tell everyone where you're fishing and how you're fishing it?
I can't be asked.
What do you mean you can't? You've just come here for a doss, haven't you?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, Jordan's got the monkey back out, and I would like to say that monkey's been left in the bag for the last few sessions, and he's caught because I think he got rid of the monkey, didn't you? You didn't like it.
Could be a bad omen.
Could be a bad omen, but why is he naked?
He lost his clothes in the travel.
I'm gonna have to blur that. Well, there he is. Has he got a name?
No.
All right, no name, but the monkey is out. He's facing the lake. You got your 9 foots, haven't you? Your 9 foot dwarfs.
9 foot nasties.
Yeah, nice. And the matching dwarf reels as well. Hopefully there's a bit of a bend in there today.
I would say the clip's a bit fiddly on them reels.
The clip?
Yeah, a bit fiddly.
The clip's a bit fiddly. That's all right. We're not reviewing products today, so that's fine.
Just if anyone fancies some.
But there we go. He's obviously got, like I say, the Frontier. I'm going to get one of these. But what I don't like about this one is that you can't, there's no window here. You can zip the whole front panel off. But I don't know, I like to have like mozzie mesh windows on the side. So I think I'm going to go for the next one up. But I will get one probably towards the back end of summer. Oh, you just had a little roach jump in the margin. Well, I'll come back to Jordan when he's a bit more alive and we'll find out how he's fishing and where he's fishing. Well, I just had a very interesting bite on the left-hand rod. It went forward, 3 beeps, and then dropped back. And I watched the bobbing the whole way. And I was just about to pick up and hit it. But I'm wondering if there's a fish down there feeding. It might have just moved the rig or just bumped the lead. I think if there was definitely a fish on, it would have gone. But that was very interesting and very positive. Well, sorry I look awful, guys. Like I said, I'm a bit under the weather. Not feeling great at all, but I'm by the lake and I'm fishing, so I can't be anywhere where I'll be happier. But yeah, I'm just all bunged up. I'm all like sore throat, really dry, coughing, sneezing, that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I've got a week off work and it's just literally hit me yesterday. And yesterday was Monday, so it's typical, innit? The week that I get off work is the week that I fall ill. But like I say, we're bankside, we're fishing. There's no place I'd rather be. And yeah, the rods are on the dance floor. Big shout out to the guys to my right as well. A guy called Alex and Dino. Alex said he watches my videos. So I appreciate that. But yeah, like I always say, guys, if you see me on the bank, come down, say hi. Even if I'm ill, come and say hi. Just don't get too close because I don't want to pass anything on. But yeah, like I say, we're all set up. I'm going to get some... What I would say is what I haven't done is usually I walk around the far bank and throw bait in into a spot and fish over to it. But this time I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go with a more subtle approach. So I haven't thrown any extra bait in. I've just put the left one out as a single with I say a single. It's got like a 3 boilie bait stringer on it. And then I've dosed it in the fruit and nut liquid. And then obviously covered it in the magic dust, the fruit and nut magic dust. And the right one has just gone out solid bag. I've got an OG mini mix in there with OG fish dust. I usually use OG fruit and nut, but now where I'm mixing OG fish into my fishing, where it's starting to warm up a little bit, it's not just OG fish all the time, OG fruit and nut all the time now. I'm using OG fish as well. So I've got a wafter on that PVA bag on the right hand one. But yeah, they're both out across towards that tree. Come on. Well, we've got some positive news. The guy to the right of me just had a run. He picked it up, but he didn't hook into anything. And also, Jordan just had a run. What happened?
I lost it, I think.
I don't think you hit it too early. It was definitely there. It was running.
Yeah, it was running.
I think maybe you just pulled the hook out of his mouth. I don't know.
Who
But
knows?
we did find a landing net.
Am I in?
Are you in? No. Yeah. Oh, I could have lied then.
Don't want to eat that.
Yeah, I was going to say, what flavour is it?
Spicy squid.
Spicy squid. Not salty squid.
No.
So yeah, Jordan had a run on his left-hand rod, which is out towards that big tree, I believe. Are you fishing both out towards that big tree?
Just the right one, slightly off.
Right one slightly to the right.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up and get it out.
Yes.
Don't be silly. Wrap your
rod.
line. Yeah.
Noddy moment.
Well, I didn't hit my clips either, to be fair, but I was so close. You know when you cast it out and you look down at your reel and there's literally like one more turn on the reel before you hit the clip? That's pretty much where I was as well. And the trouble is with PVA bag fishing is if you don't hit that clip, you've got to reel in and then tie another bag on. And it can be a bit sort of like I don't know. Obviously, some people make sure that they get it right every time. But if you're just like 1 or 2 spools off hitting the clip, I don't think it makes a massive difference. Then again, it could do. Maybe that could be the difference between blanking and obviously catching a fish. But as I say, positive signs. I didn't film myself casting out because you guys see that in every video. But yeah, maybe I'll film it later on. I don't know. But yeah, like I say, got the back leads on. Bite over there. Bite just here. Now we need a bite right here. So after doing a bit of research and digging in a bit about finding out a bit more information about Big Red, from what we know, I know not everybody shares their catch reports and not everybody tells people when they've caught certain fish and that sort of thing, but from the information that I've got access to online, apparently Big Red's not been out since last April, so that's like a whole year, which is nuts. But over the last 4 years, it's come out mainly in March, April and June. So it loves a spring bite, which is why we feel like it's been over a year since it's been out. It loves a spring bite, so we feel like we've got as good a chance as any of catching it this trip than any other time. Right, well the rods have been out now sort of 4 or 5 hours and we still haven't quite had too much to talk about. So I know I did say I was going to stop myself from walking around the back and throwing bait in, but as I say, I've given the rods 4 or 5 hours a good chance to sort of fish out there without heaping bait in. I think I'm going to go round there and just chuck 7 or 8 whole boilies of the OG fish. They're 14mm, and 7 or 8 of the fruit and nut boilies. I think I'm just going to chuck them in. I don't want to overdo it, do you know what I mean? But I was trying to use a throwing stick earlier and I just wasn't getting the accuracy. Let's get round there. You alright to keep an eye on the rods? Alright mate, I'm gonna try not to, yeah, I got my receiver. I'm gonna try and make sure that I don't go walking around there.
Enjoy yourself.
It's gonna be muddy as hell.
That might be alright. Sunny over there.
Little handful of boilies, mate. Scatter them in.
Yeah.
See if we can get some sort of reaction.
Don't miss your spot. Spoil it.
I just feel like you don't want to start spotting out over the spot, because you don't have to when you've got the option to just be able to walk around the back of the bank and throw a few baits in. I think it's a much better advantage than start crashing a spot out on the spot, you know what I mean? Some people are using bait boats. Again, you know my opinion on bait boats, so we're not going to get into that. But yeah, hopefully with just a few baits in over the top, the noise of the baits going in and the added attraction of the smell will draw a couple of fish in. And at the same time, I don't want to overbait. Well, there we go. 10 14mm OG fruit and nut and 10 14mm OG fish. Gone in over the spot. The duck's trying to have them, but he's too late. Right, let's get back round. Well, we couldn't wait much longer. We were getting peckish, so I've got the pizzas on the go for the ridge monkey again now. Brian, I know you'll be watching this, mate. I know how you love my cook-ups, and I know especially how much you love my pizzas. This is how you do it, mate. Because I know your one turned out pretty bad. Well, Brian, don't laugh. I got too cocky too quickly, and my pizza burnt. Oh no! The trouble is, look, it was burning on the back, so I had to flip it. There's definitely a fine line when you're cooking a pizza in a ridge monkey, and I accidentally went over that line. But you can do them because I did it before. You just got to do it right. Here we go then. Let's get the old jungle joke up. Oh, I don't want to show you. I've just showed everyone the answer. What time is it when an elephant sits on the fence? Time to fix the fence. In terms of those jokes, I actually quite like that one. All right, and this one. What is the strongest animal? A snail. He carries his house on his back. That wasn't that funny, was it? The first one was actually quite funny. Quite like that. There we go. Pizza, caramel feather and a couple of wildlife tubes. Bish, bash, bosh. Okay, a little update. We've had, well, not we, but there's been 2 fish out so far today. The guy, there's a younger chap down in swim 2. He had one out. It was about £9.5. And then the guy, Dino, which is next to Alex, he had one out. I think it was just about double figure. So the fish are feeding. They are coming out. They're caught on bottom baits. In fact, that's funny because since we've been here, the hours that I've been watching the lake, I've not seen any fish showing on the surface. So even though we've not had a run yet on a bottom bait, the fish are coming out on bottom baits. Again, I can't see any signs of fish higher in the water, so we're just going to stick with it. I'm going to redo the rods actually in, well, about 6 o'clock, about an hour or so, and I'll do them for the night. But what I am going to do is, so when I cast out originally, I wasn't quite on clip, but I'm going to make sure that I put it a bit tighter to the far bank and just see if that might induce a bite. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to chuck one out to the sort of middle of the lake rather than like straight out to the far bank. But I think tonight I'll probably chuck them both out towards that far bank, and if I've had nothing overnight, tomorrow I might try one out in the middle. Wow, we're moving into evening time now, and this swim's been free all day. There was some people in this swim here, but they've just left. Oh, now I've got to make a decision. Do I jump in this swim? It does mean moving all my gear up here. But you know what happened last time? Last time I didn't move swim, and I felt like I should have. I don't know. I really don't know. If I'm going to do it, I need to do it before 9 AM tomorrow. So it would make sense to do it tonight. But the thing is, Jordan's still 2 pegs down from me. Not that it's a big issue. I mean, he's only there, ain't got to hold my hand. But do I move or don't I move? The thing is as well, is like, the fish haven't been showing us anything like all day. I mean, I know I've not been stood here watching this part of the water, but I mean, I've not heard nothing. I've not seen nothing. Like, oh, I don't know. I got a feeling, I mean, I've had all my luck on this lake up by the pellet feeder, and fish are being caught there today, and fish are also being caught off the point, the middle swim, the point swim. And every time I've been here, fish have been caught on that swim. So, you know, I've fished this area now of the lake twice, and I'm struggling. Do I move in here or not? Well, I've made the executive decision to make the move. I just think I need to learn from last time. It's one of those. Jordan said the thing is, if I move and someone jumps in here tomorrow, if they go and catch big red from this swim tomorrow, that would break my heart. But then if I move and catch big red from that swim, I'll be even more buzzing that I caught big red. No one's been in that swim all day down the bottom, so there's been no pressure, no lines in the water, no bait going in, no noise, no crashing, so they could be in there. I'm going to make the move. I'm going to give it another hour or so. Jordan's just gone to the car. But I am going to slowly move my gear over. Old Chef Jamie Oliver, he's just come down here and he's whipped me up a burger and some sausages. But apparently we didn't have no rolls. But that looks decent and I'm hungry. Also, on another note, there's a lot of bubbles coming up down there. I don't know what that is. I think that's a carrier bag someone's let. I'll probably walk around there and put some bait in. So I'll probably go around there and try to see if I can get hold of it. But right, well, I've quickly just dashed them out. I haven't even had my food yet. Look, I'm not set up at all. I've just lobbed all my stuff in this swim. And Jordan brought the food over and just pointed out all the bubbles down the bottom. And I had my back because I was sorting out all my stuff. And it was mental. And then obviously I saw that fish show. My first cast, I chucked it, and I chucked it too long. I'm hoping I didn't disturb it. But basically I've got both those two rods now right on where those bubbles were showing, literally there and there. They're both back-leaded. I'm going to leave them there for, give it half an hour or so, and hopefully one goes off. I mean, I was so ready for this. Been super, super hungry. Oh, they're good. Cheers, George. He's even bought me a cider. Even when I don't feel very well, a cider will cheer me up. So I've moved from peg 7, 8, 9. Now I'm in peg 10. I had to do something, guys. I've been in peg 7 since 9 o'clock this morning. It's now about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. I've not had a sniff. So we've come down here. I've seen signs of fish. The rods have been out for 10 minutes. I'll be very, very surprised if one doesn't go off very soon. But yeah, I mean, I always said I want to fish this swim at some point, and now I've got the opportunity, so I'm going to take it right now. Well, quick update, guys. Surprisingly, I don't know what happened, but the rods didn't go. Oh, it's one of those ones. Anyway, I've got the back leads on. I've done both properly now. On the right-hand one, I've got a solid bag, and that is just over to... I walked around there, chucked the lead over, attached a solid bag. I've just chucked it just in front of those green reeds over there. I've thrown a little bit of mixing over the top. I'll show you that in a minute. And when I was walking back round, I baited up this patch of green area here. See these reeds here, these green reeds? About a rod length towards me from them. And again, I threw some more mix in over there as well. That one's not on a PVA bag, that's just a D-rig. OG Fish 14mm bottom bait with a yellow topper, just to kick it up off the ground. Here's the mix that I used, that I threw in. It's basically just a mix of OG fish chops. There's some frozen casters, some frozen, or some dead maggots in there, should I say. Some sweet corn, some fruit and nut pellet, OG fish chops, magic dust, and fruit and nut sauce. So there's a right concoction of all sorts of different particles and flavours, and it's basically, it caters for everyone. Well, there's a rod in the net is hanging over the water, and you know why? The move has paid off. Yes, I've got a mirror. It's got a, whoa, it's got a big scale, a big mark on the back of it. Might go a low double, probably won't weigh it, but how long have I been in here?
Hour.
About an hour. So the move has paid off. I mean, I've been in that swim from 9 AM this morning and had nothing. I'll move up here, and within an hour, let's get it out and show you. Come on. Well, here we go then. First fish of the session. The move did pay off, and it's a lovely little fish. Nice, clean little looking mirror. Oh, if I can get him up. There you go. And he weighs in at £12, 4 ounces. So thank you very much, Mr. Mirror. Let's get him back and see if we can catch another one. I'm just so happy that I'm off the mark and the move paid off. Come on. Well, Billy Blanksaver has done the do. That was caught on that OG fruit and nut wafter over to that patch of green. It was on a PVA bag with the OG mini mix. And that was over to that patch of green, just over there. It is 10 PM now, and I just thought I'd check in before I check out for the night. I've just had a run. Well, I say just, probably about an hour ago. And I was with Jordan watching the football, and I saw my alarm light was on. So I come straight over, and all of a sudden, as I got closer to the swim, it just started going zzz. So I picked it up, and there was nothing on the end. And I'm using, I know, shout out to Lurch at work. I know he wanted a shout out, so shout out Lurch. I was using a short hook link because Lurch said I should probably use some shorter hook link. So I've got like a 4-inch hook link on my PVA. That was on my PVA rod again. My solid bag rod. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, flicked it back out, and hopefully we can get one through the night. But this is the part that Lurch loves. Hopefully the next clip is me with a fish. If it's not, it'll be the morning. It's not morning, it's 1:30. Well, it's 1:30 in the morning. But I've just gone and landed an absolute scaly banger It's a fully scaled. It's beautiful. It's not very big, but it's a beautiful fully scaled. And there it is. Like I said, an absolute scaly banger. Pretty much a fully scale. Might go double figures, but I'm not going to weigh this one. Small carp. Let's get him back, and we'll see if we can catch another one up the Parker baits. He was quite lively, so minimal fuss if possible. There he goes. Cheers, mate. Well, good morning. A little bit of a chilly one last night. I still feel very ill and I'm struggling to sleep because my nose is so blocked. I'm just like full of just mucus. But anyway, I had that fully scaled mirror last night about 1:30. Got the rod back out. And that one's been left there, hasn't gone off since. About 5:30 this morning, I decided, because I'd caught my 2 carp on PVA bags with wafters, they're both on the fruit and nut wafters, I reeled in my left-hand rod, which was on the D-rig, and put a PVA bag on, and slung that down to the far bank, the far margin by the trees over there. And within about an hour, well, in fact, it's 6:30 now, so yeah, in an hour, it's gone off. And I'm reeling in and I'm thinking, oh, it doesn't feel very big. And I've caught something very unexpected. Now, it's not big red, but I didn't know they were in here. Look, there's the fruit and nut wafter, again, doing the do. It's a lovely little tench. Now, I didn't know they were in here. But it is only small, but it's nice to catch something different. Alex and Dino have just had a fish, by the looks of it. They've put one back, so maybe they're waking up. And that tench is a lovely little wake-up call. You know, I haven't caught a tench since I've been carp fishing, so well over a year ago since I caught a tench. But yeah, like I said, I didn't even know they were in here. But as the fish are coming on the feed, I'm just going to dash another solid bag back out there. Again, OG fruit and nut wafter, because that seems to be doing bits at the moment. And here it is, and a little unexpected surprise. But beautiful colours, and I miss catching these on the pole. Must be £2 or £3, nothing special, but again, beautiful colours, great fish, and it's something different. And look at that big paintbrush tail at the back, lovely. Tench are awesome looking things. Look at the sort of like goldy green colours and the sort of golden bellies, and look at the fins. They're immaculate, such nice colours. And that big one at the back, if you catch a big one, you know about it because they fight so well with those big dorsal fins. But there you go. Lovely. Well, Alex is in again. What a morning he's having. I've just been over to see Jordan. He's got his rods in. He doesn't feel very well. And I said to him, do you want to come and see my tench? Not interested. I said to him, do you want me to go around the back and help you with your rigs, putting them in right up against the bank? Not interested. So I think he's just going to pack up and go home. But yeah, I stand here strong and I keep going until we catch big red. Come on, fingers crossed. Starting to slowly boil away there. I'm going to try, I've not had one of these before, a white chocolate, hot chocolate. So we'll give that a whirl and hopefully it warms the cockles up and brings some more luck. Taste test. Not that I can taste a lot anyway. Surprisingly, really nice. Surprisingly, really nice. I'll be getting them again. Well, I'm coming back round here again. I've got my solid bag. Jordan's on rod duty. And yeah, I've just basically chucked my lead over here. Or the lead's in the solid bag, but you'll see what I mean. The old solid bag, that rig's still on, so I'll unattach it, put this one on, and then drop it down the side. Here it is, look, I've just cast out to here. I got a bit of fake call on that one, which is surprising considering I was catching on the wafters. So I've got a wafter on now. So I'll make sure the line's dry, unattach this and attach the new bag on, and I can just hand chuck it in front of that tree. I don't think we're going to stay all day today. I know we're booked on till 5, but we're both just feeling really, really rough. We've got a catfish trip tomorrow. Arsenal versus Man City tonight, so we want to get home for that. But I think we're just a bit... not upset. I think maybe just a bit disappointed. You know, when you come to the specimen lake, like Willow Bank, for example, I've fished here 3 times now, and I've not had 120 now. Yes, okay, I know people come down here and catch 20s all the time and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, but when it's you that's putting in a time to a lake and you're not breaking a PB on a lake where you should be breaking PBs, it can be a little bit, I don't know, a little bit disheartening, I guess is the right word. Don't get me wrong, I've had a great session, I've had a couple of fish and a tench, but it's, yeah, like I say, you come to a specimen water, you want to be catching 20s, not low doubles. But it is what it is. We'll see what we decide to do in the next couple of hours. But I say I don't think we'll be staying until 5. Well, I got some bacon on the go, but you would not believe what just happened. Look, I'll give you a clue. Oh, mate. So I turned the stove on, and I thought I'd let the ridge monkey warm up before I put the bacon in. Little did I know, that was inside it. I mean, I did know, because it's always inside it. But I don't know, I just didn't think. I put it on to warm up, it just melted. What a small error. So now I can't close that, because the bacon will be ruined. So I've got one side to cook the bacon. What an absolute... This is what I've got. Cheese and bacon flatbread. The flatbread's under there. Sorry, the bacon's under the flatbread. And then the flatbread's warming up with the cheese. I really want to put the top down, but I don't really want a plasticky cheese and bacon flatbread. Saying that, the cheese is plastic anyway. Having said that, I've still managed to produce this little bad boy. Look at that. Ah, it's better than McDonald's. I mean, it's not hard. The McDonald's cheese and bacon flatbread is shocking. That's done proper. So we have decided to pack away. We're quite early, to be fair, but we have decided to pack away. And this is, right, one thing I've learned. Pack everything away and leave your rods out till lastminute.com, because number 4, but the third carp is in the net. And I don't think it's going to do a PB, but it's definitely the biggest one of the session. It's got some nice shoulders. And that came to the bait that I walked round and chucked in right on that margin. So there's a few things we've learnt on today's session. Even though we haven't caught the big fish or the fish we're after, we've definitely learnt a few things. Biggest one of the session, last one of the session, 14, just under 14 and a half. Let's say 14.6, it will settle, but it's about 14.6. Right, let's get it up for a photo. Well, I'm making a habit of catching fish this sort of size, 14, 15 pound. And this one is absolutely stunning. Let's see if I can get him up for a photo. He's got lovely shoulders on him. Put up a decent scrap. And there we go. What a way to end the session. Lovely, happy days. The hunt for Big Red continues. Get that down and off she swims. There she goes. Straight back over to her corner under the tree. Although that's not where I caught her from, but... Oh, there we go. Overall, not a bad session. We are catfishing tomorrow. Hopefully I feel better when I wake up tomorrow morning. But yeah, that video will be out next week. That's with my cousin, my brother, my dad and my uncle. And the week after that will be Linear St John's. So there's some super exciting trips coming up. So make sure you tune in, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any going forward. And yeah, thanks for watching this one. Bish, bash, bosh.